adultery and smoking and all that. But we don't learn from that. Why is that? It's just so repetitive. You would think, hey, by now, you think we will understand. Hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. But yeah, we don't learn. Like we're like so stubborn. Like I was. I had to learn. I had to fall really hard, man. God had to strip me of everything in order for me to get in here and to listen. Even then, just being in here, I wasn't saved or nothing. It takes a while, man. It takes God to really break you down and mold you. I like how this America's going along with this. We should tear down the border. How about we tear down the border that we have in our hearts and let God in us? Why do we have that border, man? We always have our shields. Someone's trying to hurt us. The person that will not hurt you and loves you is God. That's the one that we need most. But yet that's the one that we always reject and don't want. We always want people, we want popularity, we want fame, we want people to talk about us. But the one that you want, that always wants you, is Jesus. I mean, he's a king. Even if you knew every celebrity in the world, who cares? They all suck. Jesus Christ is the King of Kings. He's the one worthy of talking about, not Trump, not anybody. Not some dumb rapper who tells you to consume a bunch of drugs and act a fool, or all these women, oh, look at me, I slept with 1,000 men. Yeah, but you have STDs and you can't even look at yourself in the mirror. This world wants to destroy us. This world is getting darker and darker by the minute. It's going to get worse. I mean, you guys are going to be saying the same things I'm saying now to your kids, to your grandchildren. And you're going to say, hey, how come you're not learning? Because we have to experience that. I wanted to mention a couple of songs that embrace that style of how the world wants you to do and what you wants you to labor for. Like this song might be kind of old, but the title itself speaks for itself. Where it says, "Work hard for the money." How many times did we hear that? Like, hey, I don't care about nothing. I just care about money, respect, and like whatever. And the other, one of the other songs is called "Working Hard for the Weekend." For what? To spend your hard-earned money on alcohol and drugs and booze, and just throw it on women like disrespecting them. And there's another song. I don't remember who wrote any of these songs. I forgot. It doesn't matter. But one it's called "Money Changes Everything." Does it really? If it does change everything, that means that money is in your heart. It is controlling you. It is an idol. The Bible says that the love of money is the rule of evil. Why is that? Money can buy pretty much anything corrupt and vile that any man wants, any woman wants. It could even buy you a fake family, fake friends. It could buy you sex. It could buy you cars. It could buy you anything you could want, or anything that you boast on your fake little life on Facebook. Money can make that true. But deep down in your heart, you know that's not. You're just being fake, and money will just be consuming you every day, man. And it'll numb your heart. Because money perishes. I've never seen a funeral that has a U-Haul behind it. You don't take the stuff with you. What happens to all the money? It goes away or just goes to somebody else. You can't take that with you. It's not like you could buy your way to heaven. Oh, here you go, Jesus. I got $500. Can you help me out? Or someone who's rich thinks they could buy themselves to heaven just by donating money to your church, but never stepping foot in one, or even admitting that they need God, or submitting to the Lord. One of the other things that I want to ask the youth is like, what else do you labor for? Just attention, just to live for selfish needs. Just to gain popularity, fame. School is a short period of time. It might feel like this is my whole life, this is all. And once that's done, and your whole life in high school or middle school, and all you do is just pay attention and let your friends do what they want you to do instead of letting you thinking for yourself. Eventually, they have to move on and get their own lives. Then you're stuck by yourself and you don't know what to do with your life because you let everybody else run your whole life in your mind and what you like, and what you should like, and what you should dislike. I like how in one of the where I work at the Avado, one of the the signs that it has, it says stay unique. Is that well, that's interesting? You know? Because when I saw that, I thought of a Christian. Because when you stand out, that's, oh wow, this guy's unique, doesn't do this, doesn't do that. But the world wants you to be unique in their own way. Wants, oh, you should be unique and just doing what we all want you to do. Because if you don't do that, you're not unique, you're just a weirdo. You know, the world just wants to consume you. And I also want to mention about money and stuff like that. On Mark 8, chapter 8, verse 36, it says, "For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul?" King Solomon wrote that. That guy had everything. Everything. I like how all these rappers brag about every little thing they have. I mean, King Solomon, dude, that guy could have been like easily just dismissed them. Like, hey, I'm better. I have way better stuff than you. What do you have better bragging rights about stuff that he has? He had pools, horses. I think he had like 700 or plus women. Like, think about all the stuff that we crave. The world wants you to do, like women, just a bunch of materialistic stuff. He had it all. A man, and not only that, he was a king. He didn't have to work for anything. But yet, a man like that, to lose it all and say, this is all vanity. Like, why do I have all this stuff? He consumed so much. He had every desire the flesh ever wanted. And he said, this is all vanity. This is all, it's just empty. It is void. I mean, I wish the world would see this and learn from that. This guy had it all, man. All. And yet, a man like that could humble himself and admit that he is useless and empty without God. He is nothing. And I wish every person in America or around the world would see that and acknowledge that. Like, that's really an eye-opener for even a king. He was a king and he said that. When have we ever heard a president ever say that? Or humble himself or anything like that in recent times? I'm going to get to my second point. If I can find it. Okay, laboring in vain. It's basically what King Solomon said. What does a man profit to gain the whole world and yet lose his own soul? Basically, he saw that it's all vanity, it's empty, which comes to a point where deep down in your heart and your soul, you realize what's really important in your life. And he did realize that, like, wow, I knew God, I went away from God, now I miss God, and I saw how empty my life was, and shallow it was. And it just shows you, like, he had it all. Money will perish, women will perish, men will perish, materialistic things will perish, but the Word of God and His love will never perish. That will forever be until forever, everlasting. That will always be sustained. And God's love is more sustainable than women, than man, than materialistic things, than drugs, sex, anything you could think of. God's love is sufficient and it's enough to get you through the day. Trust me, man. If you truly knew God, you know what I'm talking about. He will uplift you. He will comfort you because He gives you the Holy Spirit. He tells you, hey, it's all right. It's all right if the world hates you. It's all right if you don't do the things that we want you to do. It's all right because they hated me first. And you here too. We're just sheep. And the world is the wolf, man. They're trying to devour us. But we have a great shepherd, man. A great shepherd that will not forsake us, will not leave us alone. But the thing is, we ought to come to realization, like, when you're young, you think you're not going to die. You think you're this Superman. You're going to last forever. And it's really hey, I'm guilty of that too, man. Or after high school, it's like, I didn't know what the heck to do. Because I thought high school was like a long time. And it wasn't. And I found myself like, I really don't know what to aspire for. I have nothing to long for. No one told me what to do, what goals I should do, or comfort me in certain things I should be doing. But the fact that you guys are here, this proves something. All I say is just open your ears and hearts, man. Alright. So my third point is laboring for Christ. And I want to read a scripture from Hebrews 6, chapter 6, verse 10, where it says, "For God is not unjust to forget your work and labor of love which you have shown toward his name, and that you have ministered to the saints and do minister." I want to talk about somebody who really put in work, as they say, put in that keeping it 100 or whatever. Like, that was Jesus. Like, if you look at his crucifixion and you look at the details of it and just read it, he went through a lot. Like that, no one labored more than him. You know, he was ridiculed, mocked, spat on. He took it all. They ripped his beard. He was beaten. He was scourged. And after all that, they made him carry a 300-pound cross. Could you imagine that? I know you're in wrestling. Do you think you could carry a 300-pound cross after being whooped like that? Exactly. Then he did it for you, for all of us, and for your kids. He did it, man. He really did it. You know? Like, oh, I wish I could, at the same time, see it, just to see his love him even more for that. The closest thing I could, like, visually is probably the Passion of the Christ. If you see that, like, oh, wow, I just felt so guilty. Even seeing that, like, wow. And that song, above all, through that whole time, he was just thinking of you, doing it for you. And how Peter wanted to, he didn't want to let him be crucified, and Jesus told him, "Get behind me, Satan." You know? He kept moving forward, even though people didn't understand what he was doing it for, but they acknowledge it now. Some do. But the fact that he labored for us, why? Why did he do that? Why did God, the Father in heaven, have to step down and get whipped and ridiculed by his own people and mocked to show his love for us, and for us to basically not go to hell, which we deserve? You know, I like how people say, "Oh, we want justice, we want justice." You do know if God gives us justice, we're all guilty and go to hell. That is scary, but at the same time, I'm glad he's not like that. I'm glad, you know, because it gives me hope, makes me aspire, makes me like, wow, this guy, like, not only that, he was a man. He wasn't like some physical-looking man. He was just an average-looking man. People didn't think much of him. And this shows his humbleness. He could have chose any particular